Hi, I'm Anne Fraser. Welcome to another edition of Bringing Hope to Alzheimer's. Today we're going to talk a little bit about if you're starting to experience something that you feel might be concerning for you, what do you do about it? What steps do you start out taking, and how do you move forward from there? So to give a couple examples of some of the things that people are experiencing would be walking into a room and not remembering that you were in there, or maybe you're driving somewhere and for a minute you kind of forget where you were going or where you're at and how you're supposed to get where you're supposed to go. For some people, it might be that you've misplaced something that you use all the time and you cannot find it, and you have no recollection of where it might be. And there's so many others, but just to give you a couple ideas. So I get the question a lot of times, what if I am experiencing a few things? So first of all, I would say to you this: is this something that is just a one-off? Like it happened one time and nothing else has ever happened again. If that's the case, it could very well just be that you had something going on, whether you have so much on your mind, you're stressed, or you didn't sleep as well, something might be going on. But if you experience different things or the same thing more than just one time, and you're like, I'm starting to do a couple really kind of odd things and I'm a little concerned. So where do you want to go from there? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So where you want to go from there would be, first of all, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get your cognition tested. There's a very just 15-minute cognitive test that you can do. And at Night of Hope, we offer those testing times for free. And so you can go on our website, which is thenightofhope.com, and we have a tab that says cognitive testing, and you can look at our calendar and see when we have those dates. You can sign up right there and get on our calendar for the dates that we have available. That could be one thing you could do. You also could, at our website, you could also go on and look at some of our resources. So there's some really great books out there. There's some great resources. So just to name a couple, there is a book called The End of Alzheimer's. It's by Dr. Dale Bredesen. That's Bredesen. This book is fantastic. It will give you a lot of information. It gets a little heady at times when it starts talking about the scientific sides of blood levels and things like that. But overall, it's very readable and it's a great resource for you. This episode is brought to you by Thrive Once More. And I'm going to tell you a personal story because Thrive Once More, I was looking for a new functional medicine, integrative medicine doctor, and I found Dr. Anne Morgan. She was a ER doctor for 22 years and got tired of seeing people come in so sick and just being able to treat the symptom that was happening at the moment and not really the inside of the body. So she started her own practice called Thrive Once More, where she helps men and women figure out what medical issues are going on in the body and how to get to the root cause so you can actually heal and not just take a pill or do something that's going to just treat the symptom and not the problem. So Thrive Once More, Dr. Anne Morgan, she's my personal doctor. If you want to make an appointment for just a quick consultation, you can go to thriveoncemore.com. And we want to thank her for being a supporter of this podcast. There's another book out that's by Callie and Casey Means, Means. It's called Good Energy. And this book is not about like good energy like of the world, but it's about really getting good food into your body and good resources into your body that will help your body have great energy and be able to function the way that it's meant to function. And this book is fantastic. You can even go on and put some on a podcast search. You can look for any of the podcasts that Dr. Bredesen is a guest on, or Callie Means or Casey Means. They're on podcasts all over the place right now. Really fantastic, solid information. And then there's a book called Drop Acid or Acid Drop. It is by Dr. David Perlmutter. and he gives a great information about uric acid levels and your brain function. So uric acid levels could be elevated, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have gout or you have kidney disease. And so he goes into a lot of detail about what uric acid does and how it can really affect your brain. So there are so many more great resources, great books that you can get information, or if reading a book is not your thing, you can download it and listen to an audiobook, or just go on and find some podcasts where some of these people are speaking. There's Dr. Mark Hyman. There's just so many people that are in this space of healthy brain, cognition issues and how to overcome them, or people that are talking just about dementia in general or Alzheimer's. So great information out there. And so if you are experiencing some things, I would definitely start looking up resources. I would definitely think about getting your cognition tested. And I also would definitely start thinking about, after you've read some of those things and done a little bit of research, what are some things that you can change today that doesn't cost any money? So for instance, if that might be going out and walking around your neighborhood for 30 minutes, or if you say, I can't do 30 minutes, start with 10 minutes, or whatever it is you can do. But start to add just one thing to your daily life that you've not been doing before. And those types of things are things that can start helping you towards a healthier brain. And if you're experiencing some weird things, maybe be able to get that cognition where you're not having that trouble any longer. So, of course, none of that takes the place of going and visiting your doctor. And depending on if you choose to go to your regular doctor or you choose to go to a functional medicine or integrative medicine doctor or a neurologist, many times going to see a neurologist, you have to have a referral from your doctor. So all of the things we're talking about does not take the substitute of speaking, of course, with your medical doctor, whichever doctor you're seeing. So anyway, those would be some of the places that I would start, but there's such fantastic resources out there, and you definitely want to go to someone who's able to really think outside the big pharma box, so to speak, and what are just some lifestyle things that you can do. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions or need to reach out, you can always go to our website, thenightofhope.com, or you can email us at info@thenightofhope.com. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll look forward to seeing you next time on Bringing Hope to Alzheimer's.